Coming up on this episode of The Brain Drain Show.
Hanging out with this one girl at this time, and I like busted a nut, did my thing. And Don Brown hit me up, come into the office because he wanted to possibly discuss the opportunity of giving me like a pro shoe. First person to get a pro shoe in almost 15 years for the brand. Took photos of like my dog BB. We just decided to like dedicate her a colorway right off rip. He set my dog up with a little life savings account, you know, so the royalties was, you know, she's gonna pay for all her own fucking insurance. When they asked me how I wanted my name on the shoe, let's keep it on brand and keep it consistent, but just like how Muska and Krieger and everyone had it back in the day, you know? Is this where fucking Thomas Shelby lives? I was at an audio demo in 1999, just was on a bike at the time, and everyone kind of was yelling at me to get off the skate park. My first flow was through Blueprint Skateboards, and then I got on Reel, and I was like full deluxe boy. I hit up Weiss. I also had a connection to Blind because of Morgan Smith, the Naked 540s. It was definitely a journey. It just didn't happen overnight. The first like paragraph was just like, oh yeah, TJ's already blown it. Mr. Jimmy, dude, he kills it. I turned pro for Blind in September 2014. I was working construction back home in Canada, save up a bunch of money, and then I just come back to the States. It's gonna be on Pornhub. No, I doubt I'm gonna ever get that money, you know, and that's fine. Could I just get all my product? So you're not fucking selling it at like discount? We were in jail for like 25 hours. They were like, yo, welcome to the team. Like, oh yeah, you'll get your results in like 3 or 4 days. Call me 3 hours later being like, yo, you need to go to a specialist immediately. So then I did 4 rounds of chemo. Never put anything up my nose other than a tough guy shot with Don Brown. You're hilarious. So I just smoked a shit ton of weed and I ate as much food as I could. I gained 25 pounds. Tej is out. Not a mic drop, it's a shoe drop.
Good evening and welcome to another great episode of The Brain Drain Show with me, Forde Brookfield, joined to my left is my trusty co-host Toby Batchelor, and Toby, who's the special guest, very special guest on the podcast today.
Very special guest, TJ Rogers.
Round of applause in studio audience, please.
Hello,
TJ Rogers.
Everybody.
Thanks for coming.
We actually have a large studio audience here today with us.
Yeah. It's normally 0, so we've got 2 in.
Yeah, so we're absolutely fucking buzzing.
I wanted
off that Red Bull, aren't you?
Yeah,
straight in over the plugs.
That's Red Bull, a tasty, delicious drink that gives you wings.
You're hilarious.
There goes our EU mineral water sponsorship deal. Fucks the first hurdle. Never mind.
They're delicious.
I told you, I'm very easily bought out.
Manipulated.
Doesn't take a lot.
Let's talk about your shoes straight away. You're here on the world tour because your new shoes come out on S.
Yep.
There's one behind you right there. The other side.
Yeah. That's the one.
Do you want to... I'm really interested in the process of designing your own shoe. Obviously, like, getting that cool, you're getting a pro shoe. Tell us how that all kind of, like, happened and the process.
Sure, yeah. So, I mean, back in, I think it was October, November of 2023, Don Brown hit me up wanting me to come into the office because he wanted to possibly discuss the opportunity of giving me, like, a pro shoe. And at that time, I was just so in shock that I didn't really know.
It's like the highest honor.
Yeah,
to get a shoe.
Yeah, for sure. So I just was beyond grateful and honored that I was like, all right, let's just go in for the meeting, you know? And like, kind of told me like some notes, like, oh, bring some inspiration, like bring photos, like anything that you have. And I was like, okay, sounds good. So I ended up going into the office one day, and we sat there for about 4 to almost 6 hours, just talking about the shoe. About like kind of my vision and like what I wanted to kind of have for the shoe. And as I told Don, the first person to get a pro shoe in almost 15 years for the brand and the 30-year anniversary of the brand this year, I really wanted to try and give it like a nostalgic feel and vibe, just to kind of bring back the heritage and just the essence of like the old school skating that I grew up on, because that personally was like such a classic era in skateboarding. So I, picked on multiple different shoes that S made throughout the 30 years, and we kind of came together with this piece. We had like 4 or 5 different other sketches, but we decided on this one specifically, just for not only like the multi-panels and how it just overall like looked on a sketch, but I just knew that this would be the one that would hold on like the legacy and for S. So I was super hyped.
And to get that call from Don Brown as well, like the true English
Don Brown.
gentleman legend.
Yeah.
Did he tell you that he'd been on the show? Did he talk to you about coming on?
Onto this show?
Yeah, because we had Don on as well, and it was so fucking funny because he's just he's just funny, isn't he?
He's the best guy. Yeah, he's so sick. I mean, I believe we talked on the tour a little bit about coming out here, and he probably told me to say hi to you guys. So hello.
Cheers, Don. Shout out Don Brown, best dude.
He literally is.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we just kind of, after that meeting, then I was working with one of the in-house people named Michael Morey, and he, just kind of brought this vision or this shoot to life, you know, with a couple sketches. And yeah, I'm like super stoked. Like, I mean, there's like 4 or 5 different features on this shoe that
were from different
shoes in the brand. Like, so for instance, I'll try to break it down as fast and as best as possible. But like the inspiration for like the toe cap was like the K2 from back in the day, like the Costin 2. And then they had these on this one shoe from like 03, it was called the Cradle. They had this plastic lace guard and also the option to kind of put your laces on the inside. And I really loved that feature. And as well as they had that same feature in the Avant, which was one of a new reissue of the K3 that just came out about 4 or 5 years ago. And then there's one other feature that I really liked about the shoe was this little piece here is an exposed foam, which is technically called E-bound. And it's pretty much what it does is it's like a midsole that's inside of your sole. So it just kind of gives it a little bit more of a support system for your feet, and overall just has more durability. And it's a really strong shoe. Like, it's hard to kind of break down at first, but once you get the feel of it and you walk around even in a little bit, they're so fucking good. One of my, like, obviously I'm biased because it's, you know, has my name on it, but like I put a lot of work into like trying to find like the perfect shoe, not only for myself, but for like the skaters coming up that like to jump and like doing the tech stuff that I like to do, that I think this could be like, you know, be a game changer for a lot of skaters coming up.
Nice. It's only such a small detail, but I love a shoe that's got like a runner's toe on the front where that red comes up.
Yeah, this part?
Like the bit right at the front, that bit.
Yeah, the toe cap.
And at the time, a lot of shoes had that running toe cap at the front as well.
Yeah. The toe cap is kind of like a nostalgic late 90s, early 2000s look for sure. And that's kind of, again, why I wanted to try and reiterate that into this shoe. Just because, I don't know, it's just so classic for a skateboard shoe to have that. And then
there's 2 colorways out now, isn't it?
There's 2 colorways that are out now. Got another 2 coming out in holiday this year.
Nice.
And then going into the next year, I believe I have 1 colorway in each shoe. 1 colorway each season. My mistake.
Yeah, I mean, like Forde was saying, you know, having a pro shoe is kind of
it is
apart from, I guess, the top 3, isn't it? It's like Skater of the Year, maybe being inducted into the Skateboarding Hall of Fame, having a pro shoe. So,
because pro shoes got to be, well, it's a gamble, isn't it, as well, because the quantities that you got to make on shoes is insane. But this might be a fucking stupid question, but when it came to designing the shoe, because you wear baggy trousers, did that thought actually go into designing the shoe on how it would look on the actual foot when you're wearing it as well?
Well, another feature that I forgot to mention was like the size of like the mold of the shoe is the same mold as like the Avant or like the 298 that's still in the line to this day. And so it's kind of like in between, I would like to say, as like a really bulky, puffy shoe, but also like has that durability and still kind of could look good in like a little slimmer pant. Like I have seen people on Instagram that have tagged and they definitely don't wear nearly as big of pants as I do. And like they still look good on them, you know? But yeah, for me personally, I try to, not only with the perforated holes, which is the same thing from the Cradle, with the plastic shoe guard, that just when I had that shoe on, I was like, fuck, this shoe looks so sick. It'd be sick to bring something like that back, but just with a little bit more technology and a little bit more strength and durability. So yeah, it kind of came out with this, man. And every time I look down, like, you know, you just see just like the perforated with a little bit of the red, the triple stitching and the toe cap. It just looks so fresh, man.
I like what I like about it. Is like you said, it looks like a bulky shoe, but Essa doing a really good thing where they're bringing back those classic silhouettes, but they're slimming them down a bit without taking too much away from it. We were talking about, I've got the SL
95s.
95s.
Yeah.
The original ones are amazing, but on my feet now, they're just, everything around the heel side, it is super fucking big. But the 95 ones are just that perfect midway in between shoe. And I enjoy wearing them.
Well, we appreciate the support. Yeah, I know. I noticed that too for like the XLOG. It was, you're talking about right here, huh?
You see how puffy it is on the back. It
I know
really
what
traps
you're
your heel
saying.
into it. Not
Which
saying
is
it's
a
a
good
bad
thing.
thing, because people like that. But for me now, I can't really wear a shoe that bulky anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
But
But it's good though. I mean, it seems like S has a little bit to offer in each category of shoes, especially not only with like the Slim, the 95, even the OG. They got the 298. They got this. They got a Swift 2.0 that just is coming out now as well. They got a bunch of new shoes that are also coming out in spring 26 that are really sick too. So I'm excited to kind of see what the Nideckers do moving forward with the brand, because they've come in and they've definitely have been coming in hot, and I'm really excited to be a part of it.
what's the durability like on the shoes? I think I read an old interview that you can keep a set of shoes for like 2 to 4 weeks. You can skate a pair of shoes. So that's like a good strut, because you skate, I assume, every day.
Yeah.
So that's a strong durability for a shoe.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, with the Avants and then the 298s, those are kind of like my favorite shoes to skate in the line in the past, as well as the Silo.
Yeah.
And those would last me at least like 2 weeks, depending, you know, sometimes almost a month. But this shoe, because of like the E-bound technology as well in the shoe, like this shoe is supposed to technically last 6 times longer than any EVA die cut shoe. That's like in the average model that's going out in the industry right now. So this shoe could last a lot longer for certain skaters, you know, like I've skated a pair for over a month. And I just was like, all right, man, I should probably switch them up. I don't want to, you know, got to keep it looking fresh, you know, on the tour.
I mean, obviously, feel like say like your average consumer or skateboarder that's like skating a couple of times in the week. They're gonna last. So me saying, oh, you have a pair of shoes 2 to 4 weeks, that might have sounded like I was being like, oh, they're gonna be fucked after a month. But say like for a person like myself, shoes can last me for ages. Shoes could last you for ages. So it looks like, just the feel of the shoe, it is strong. Yeah. It's a strong shoe.
Well, it's just so supportive. Like I said, it has this exposed foam, which has like a third layer of the insole to where it's like, you can't obviously see it in the shoe. Yeah. But like, you could take out the one insole, and then right in the middle here, they have like I said, this E-bound, which is just like a big cushion that just like literally like absorbs all that impact, almost like an FP footprint insole type vibe, you know, and then it still has the original sole. So it's like it has a lot more tech and like support in your foot for your feet, you know.
Did you when you this is gonna sound ridiculous, when you got your first samples of those, did you put them around your neck like Sal Barbier used to on 4-on-1 when his shoe came out, and walk around the house like check my shoes out? That's exactly what I'd fucking do if I had a pro shoe.
I mean, I didn't do something like that. I did something, you know, probably like this, like you know, like fuck yeah,
but not around the shoulders like Sal doing that. What was that Kev used to do? Sal, was it the industry thing?
It was like news.
That's it.
Like a news
and he used to walk on with his shoes, didn't he?
Yeah,
that's fucking rad. Big up, Sal.
Well, congratulations. On the
big
shoe.
up, dude.
Thank
fucking
you.
Rad.
Appreciate it.
You fucking deserve.
I remember when
Thank
we
you.
were doing. Maybe don't put this in, but when we went to see the range, I mean, months and months ago, and it was like this TJ shoe, and I was like, yes, that's fucking rad.
Well,
like,
that can go, and we're not exposing any industry secrets.
No, I guess not. But and you know, it looked like a good shoe, and it was like, yeah, hyped. You know, a new pro model.
Yeah,
with S, great. You know,
appreciate it. Thank you, Toby.
Were there any other colorways that you were like the first production ones? You were like, oh, maybe we should do that. Like, how did you land on the white and red? And
is the white and red like a hometown color scheme?
I mean, it's a little bit of both. So I got 2 colorways for my first drop, and the first one that we decided to go with was the red and white. Yeah. Not only because it's the colors for S, you know, like the red and white, but also the Canada flag colors as well. Yeah. So we're like, like this is a no-brainer. This will be in the one for sure. And then they asked me what's up with the second one. And originally I was going to just do like an all black shoe, you know, maybe with a bit of white stitching or something in that ordinary, you know, like something that I wanted. But, excuse me. I wanted to do something like this, the red and white first, you know, color. But then the second one, personally, I really wanted it to be like something meaningful towards me. And at that time, when I was kind of talking about the shoe, it was probably like a year after I beat cancer. And I was like, there's no better way of doing another colorway without my dog. So we just took photos of like my dog, BB. And we just decided to like dedicate her a colorway right off rip.
That's right.
They originally were like, maybe we should do it later on. And I was like, honestly, like, yeah, we could do a black shoe, but like she's all black. Do where the red is, do a baby blue, khaki, like gum sole.
Yeah.
Like it's money, you know? And it just means so much to me that they were all down for that. And now, you know, I set my dog up with a little life savings account, you know, so the royalties was, you know, she's gonna pay for all her own fucking insurance, her food, like. Yeah, I'm hyped.
Yeah, the other color's rad as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, and with the other colorway that I got too, on the insole, it has a photo of my dog.
Nice.
So like when people see the shoe, they're like, oh, that's cool. But then they're like, oh shit. And they might put 2 and 2 together, you know, where it's like, it's a more meaningful one, you know?
Yeah. It's a story behind it.
Yeah. Well, story for both, you know, Canada Colors, 30-year anniversary, red and white. And on top of it, the last feature that I didn't get to mention at the beginning was, when they asked me how I wanted my name on the shoe, I specifically was like, well, it's a 30-year anniversary. Like, I'm not trying to switch the brand identity and like what I want for my shit. Like, let's keep it on brand and keep it consistent. So we ended up just going with the old school TPM, but just like how Muska and Krieger and everyone had it back in the day, you know? So I'm like,
that's one of the best places for the name to be on the shoe. That I would have got those shoes when I was a kid and took my trousers behind that to see that graphic on the top. You know what I mean? Like 100%.
And that's just where, for me personally, I was like, just again, not only honored but just grateful that I was like, I just want to keep the brand as is. You know, that's why I'm on the team. I fell in love with this. That you know, when I first got on, I didn't expect myself to ever get a pro shoe. You know, so years later to see this kind of come to life and. You know, I'm just still like lost for words.
Yeah, and I can probably speak for both of us. If you could do us a favor with these shoes, we love just a black and gum sole shoe. You know, like the classic.
It's funny you say that.
Or with the gum sole round here, like just a black and gum sole shoe.
Yeah.
Is Mr. TJ Rogers pulling out his phone to show us a Brain Drain exclusive?
So it's just it's funny because like I went to a shop while on this tour and they were like, yo dog, like, are these coming out? And he pulled them out of the shops, like in the back. I was like, what the like, I haven't even seen those. Like, what?
We're not going to put it on the screen.
So I ended up asking them about it. And I guess they wanted to put it in the line, but they're actually pausing it for now just because we have a couple of the colorways that are similar. And maybe we'll revisit it in 27.
Yeah, it looks sick though.
That shoe.
Maybe that was going to be like a SMU, a special makeup for a store or something.
Something, yeah.
And the reason I wanted that in like a black and gum is because of that runner toe at the front. When that gum comes up, it fucking, I don't know, it excites me in ways that I'll have to show you after the podcast is done.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, so like we did have a couple of those in the works, but
that shoe looks good. That black and gum one looks real. I like that it's all black. There's no like, you know, the small detailing with the red. It's just all black silhouette with the gum sole.
Yeah, I feel like in the industry nowadays, a lot of people are like trying new things, but sometimes, as I've learned going through all these shops, you want to just kind of keep your silhouettes as classic as possible because I think that's what's really selling nowadays.
Yeah,
especially like coming into fall seasons specifically, like you're gonna want to go like. You know, as a young kid that's a skater, like you want to wear skate shoes at school.
Exactly.
But then there's like a uniform to where there can't be colors. Like it can only be all black. You know, or you know what I mean? So hopefully we can try and get something like that in the future for everyone too.
That would be fucking a black and gum shoe. That's my thing.
Yeah.
So world tour. Solo one-man world tour to launch the shoe.
One-man demo. The industry's really changed, hasn't it?
Yeah.
A one-man, how does... I'll let you continue. Sorry.
I'm looking at the board behind you. So you started in SF, yeah?
Yep.
LA, Kansas City, Chicago. What's the other one? Albany, New York,
Toronto.
Here.
I love that it's got. I just love that it's got Derby on that board because every one of those cities is so big and Derby's just like so small in comparison.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. But...
You know how I heard of Derby back in the day, a couple of years ago? Yeah. Like I haven't been out in this area too often. We can maybe even cut this, but it's kind of funny, so I don't mind if you use it. But you know the show Peaky Blinders, the classic one?
Yeah.
I swear they talked about this fucking city so much in that
They
movie.
probably did because Birmingham
Is where it was started,
45
right?
minutes
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, so like I swear I heard them talking about it in that show, and then when I heard I was coming here, I was like, is this where fucking Thomas Shelby lives? Like all the guys from the show, you know?
Yeah, he just lives around the corner.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking,
end
you
of the
know?
road,
It's just around there.
Yeah.
And Derby's kind of, I mean, fucking hell, what's famous in Derby? Rolls Royce is from here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's kind of it.
Okay.
It's fucking nothing going
Apart
on
from
here.
this
Apart
podcast.
from roller snakes.
Yeah.
again.
I mean, roller snakes is a pretty big thing,
Yeah.
you know? So don't discredit yourselves. You guys are doing big things over
Yeah,
here.
it's-
Thanks,
Just
dude.
make sure to pat yourselves on the back once in a while, you know?
Yeah.
I'm always patting Toby on the back. I'm not getting as many pats back because I annoy him all the time. But
It's more
But we're
it's
good.
more a patronising pat on the back.
that is true.
Let's go back to the beginning then. So when did you start skating?
I started skating when I was about like 8, almost 9 years old.
And how did you get into it? Like, what was your first like
I was at an audio demo.
experience? All right. Okay.
Yeah, I was at an audio demo in 1999. And yeah, I just was on a bike at the time. Wasn't even skating, and everyone kind of was yelling at me to get off the skate park on my bike. And I was like, all right.
Wasn't
Shit.
Bam? Was Bam?
Yeah,
there
I was like
screaming at you?
so nervous going
Yeah.
down this ramp too on a bike, you know? And then after that, I was like, I threw my bike out, or like my homie's bike. He let me borrow. And I was like, yeah, I don't need this back. And I ended up getting a board.
Nice.
And then like 26 plus years later, like here we are.
See, there is such a thing as like positive bullying. I've been saying that. I've
Totally.
been saying this for.
Totally.
Who was it? Do you remember who was at the demo? Was it any of the audio team, or was it just like a random?
No, it was an audio, like it was an audio like tour, I
Yeah.
believe, back in the day. They went into my hometown. I don't really, I've been trying to do some research and find that tour video and stuff,
Yeah.
but I can't find it.
So many of those tours then just there wasn't much filmed
Mm-hmm.
of them, or they were like, it was like early.
So what year was that? 1990? Did you say?
99.
Yeah, I can't
It was
even remember
probably
who was on.
filmed and documented,
somewhere.
but like, I don't know if they made like a tour video.
Probably a mag article or something with a
Yeah.
wet
That's,
clip
that,
that
You
would-
never know.
That'd be the
with
kind
it.
of stuff they put out as like an extra on a DVD or something like that. So maybe
Yeah.
somewhere there. is that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
One day,
BMX
hopefully I
straight through
find
to
that.
Skate.
Yeah, right.
You were like, that's it, skateboarding now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then I never looked back.
Yeah.
I was super sick though. Super grateful for homeboy calling me out on the BMX back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be so good if you like run into a dude in the future and he's got your shoes on and he's like, I yelled at you when you was a kid
Yeah.
to get
And
off
now.
the fucking, and then you're like, now look,
Yeah.
now you get off the ramp.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If anything, thank you so much first and foremost. But second of all, where the fuck's your board? No, I'm just kidding. If you didn't have one.
Yeah, true.
How did skateboarding kind of evolve then to the point where you're getting hooked up and, you know, getting involved?
What
in
were the early hookups in Canada at that point? Like some of the first sponsors and
I got a unique story, so it's hard for me to pinpoint specifics in certain time frames. But I remember when I was younger, I was always I was not only getting in trouble, but I had a bunch of different things. I got a bunch of homies that looked out for me and mentored for me, made sure that I had kind of everything that I needed, you know. And yeah, I think when it really changed, like I had a indoor skate park sponsor as well as like a little shop flow type thing up until about like grade 9, 10. I like got out of foster care.
yeah.
So I was in foster care for like a year.
Mhm.
And when I got out of foster care, I won this contest called DC Nationals. I don't know if they had it out here in Europe,
I don't think
but
so.
but in Canada they had this like contest called DC Nationals where like you'd go to like each province in Canada, and they'd have like a regional qualifier, and then like they'd have like a provincial qualifier, and then it was like the national championships, which the national championships was in Calgary at Slam City Jam back in like 05 or
Amazing.
06.
Yeah.
Those Slam City videos were so good.
Yeah, so fun,
Incredible.
and like at that time I was like pretty good at skating. I was, like I said, shop flow, getting random stuff from homies here and there. But I won a free trip out to Calgary, and then I went to Slam City Jam. And
It just came to mind to cut you off. It's such a random one. The name might not mean anything. When I was a kid, I got given a DVD called Slam City Jam Uncensored, and the guy that was hosting the video was called Renee Renee.
yeah, I know Renee.
Sexy's Heart. He did that CD like White Heat.
Yeah.
Like that dude always. I was just like, who the fuck is this guy that was like blinged up to foot.
Legend.
At these
Legend
events,
in Canada.
like rings everywhere, jewelry, like
Renee,
little
Renee.
Yeah, incredible. And he did this video called Slam City Jam Uncensored, and it was just like tits and shagging and everything. It was. I wish I still had that video, but
fuck, I would have loved to watch that.
like,
He's the fucking best. I
on-
just seen him like a couple months ago.
I forgot what his actual name is, but
Renee's a better name.
Renee Renee is his name. That's what
Yeah.
everyone knows him by. But his government name,
because I do like MC work and event hosting that, and I'm just like, when you see him, tell him he lives rent free in my mind all the time. Just for how he was like the videos of him like walking around the park, rapping a little bit.
yeah.
So what?
Yo, he's still the exact same though. Like
Yeah.
I just went to an event that he typically does. It's Jason Ryan Bothe.
Oh, amazing! I've got him on Facebook for some.
That's how I found it. Jason Ryan Bothe.
I just hunted him out. Man.
Yeah.
It was like,
What is the video? Like, so you're saying it's like tits and shagging,
Fucking Renee.
I think he just
Is there skating in it, or is it?
so what it
A little
was.
bit of everything.
The thing that I remember of it is it starts off a little story
Where did you
based.
see it?
I got it given. It was a given like freebie DVD from Casino Skates in Leicester.
You don't get free DVDs.
And it was like, he's like cruising around in his hometown. Then he goes to like a shop and there's a big mini ramp in the back of it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's skating and narrating it. And he's like, oh, then I did a 5-0 and I fell over and I hit my head. And then he's on the ramp and then he's like, oh man. And his vision goes blurry. Then Renee starts walking up to the camera like it's his vision. And then it's just like,
So epic.
like, bring that skateboarding back. I miss that skateboarding.
Don't put this in.
It's going in.
But did you ever see the porno that was the Ventura Park with Greco, Dolan, and it was like full porno. They're skating the mini ramp, and during each run they look over and there's people fucking on.
Oh, they weren't. They were.
No, they were
weren't...
just there, and
Yeah.
I'm sure
Okay.
it's like it was like Greco, Dolan. It's got probably Ellington and those guys.
They must
but
have
like,
got
it's
paid
proper,
to-
like full porno, and then they're fucking on the street course. Then they go into the shop, and they've got a DVS bench, and there's a guy nailing this girl, and
That's
it's a
amazing.
full skate video shot at the Ventura skate park. You know,
The only skate
Do you think they
I've
got
seen-
paid
No,
to be
this is
extras
before
in
my
it?
time.
I don't know, man, but like that video at the House of Doom where
That's the
Skateboards
weirdest
based in
fucking
Harry,
thing.
that was always on there. You'd be like, oh, that's going on again. I can't remember what it was called.
The only video
Fucking
skate,
so funny. You're like, oh, there's Greco.
the only skate porn I ever watched was Star Wars, which was Star Wars, and they're fucking in Castle Bam. They're like they're like having sex in Bam's fucking barn. That is a true skate video.
Right. Anyway,
Let's get back to the
No, that's
point.
fucking
There's-
awesome.
little interlude
Renee-
there. We can't put that in, but
No, I'm putting that in.
Oh, I
That
don't-
is
I mean,
definitely going.
it's,
Yeah,
it's
it's
out
definitely
there,
going
isn't
in.
it? Like,
But yeah, Renee, I just remember him for that video.
Yeah.
So, but sorry, you were talking about
yeah, we
so,
got sidetracked.
yeah,
that's
and
fine.
then the DC Nationals, and you won.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's kind of like when I first started getting like recognized and like supported by companies. Because I kind of just seen like the whole world in a different light. Because I seen, some of my favorite skaters growing up at that contest, so it was just an amazing experience overall.
Toby, I know
Yes.
you're enjoying some delicious music right now with great sound audio quality, but you got to tell the listeners who's sponsoring this episode. Take it away.
Today's episode is supported by Skull Candy.
Skull Candy have been making the best quality headphones and accessories for years with a unique design, innovative sound technology, and some of the raddest collaborations out there.
The range is everything from earbuds, over-the-head big lads, wired and wireless models, Bluetooth speakers, and even gaming headsets for the nerds. The sound quality is second to none, and the bass that comes out of the Crusher ANC2 is insane.
It is absolutely
Insane.
insane. And if you want to get 20% off your next purchase, make sure you head to skullcandy.eu and use the code BrainDrain20 at checkout. And Toby, let's listen to some wonderful music. But first,
Back to the
let's
show.
get
Back to the show.
Now, Skull Candy.
So when did that change into getting on Blind, and elevating that from being flow
Yeah.
kind of thing to being full hookup and on the full team?
Yeah, so the lines slightly blur in like the mid 2000s for me, but I would assume it's around like 06, 05, 06 slash to about 2008. That's kind of when, prior to 08, I was like hitting up a lot of Canadian distributions for stuff, was starting to film in the streets, kind of getting my things organized. And yeah, I was getting actually at first Flow was through Blueprint Skateboards back in the day.
So was that when it changed and Max 24 had it, didn't he? I think.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This was before I knew much about like skating, because I just got out of foster care. Right. So I was like kind of a young kid, didn't really like have any like older people at that time really looking out for me. Like I did when I was super young, but when I went into the foster care system, I kind of like lost a lot of my friends that I like, or my mentors that I grew up with. There's only a few that were kind of around at that time. But like, yeah, from about like 05 to 08, I started like meeting all these other people in the industry. Like we all were just like about my age too, and we all were just skating together, you know?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I ended up sending my stuff to this distribution called S&J back in the day, which again, they hooked me up with like Blueprint at first. It was like less than 6 months. And then I got on Reel through the distribution, and I was like full deluxe boy, where I was getting, I think, like Ventures or Thunders, and then Spitfires, all of it, you know? And then I kind of learned probably in 07-ish, where everyone was like, oh, like, it's hard to really like graduate to like US Flow, or like direct, as they called it.
Because you could be on that Distro Flow
forever.
Yeah, you do see that quite a lot.
Yeah, and it's like hard, you know, that. So at that point, I kind of started to hit up people directly myself, you know. So I hit up, like I met the Bones Wheels team manager, Jared Lucas, and he kind of started flowing me. And then at that time, I hit up Weiss, because I also had a connection to Blind because of Morgan Smith.
Yeah.
Fucking shout out Bill Weiss and Morgan Smith.
Yeah, shout out to both of them for sure. And that was kind of how it all started, you know, like obviously knew of Bill Weiss being from Canada and him being the TM for Blind for so long.
And the guy that does the
naked 540s.
Yeah.
And
most important thing out of all
that's the most important. Yeah, I should have said that first, but you know, it's been a while for him. So
didn't he do one with a boombox on his shoulder as well?
For sure he
was
did.
that naked as well?
I would assume so.
Naked boombox 540.
Yeah, something
big
like
up Bill Weiss.
I know what I'm doing on my lunch break now.
Yeah, Bill Weiss is the best.
Yeah. Yeah, so fucking sick. Such good memories. And then that was kind of, you know, after hitting certain people up direct, I ended up kind of getting on, and I stayed on the brands. Like I still ride for Bones. Obviously
Bones
not.
are fucking sick as well. I just spent a couple of days at the Powell Peralta Bones compound.
Oh no way.
I think there's like Billy Backer there and all those dudes, all the Bones dudes, and got to see how they were made, and it's just impressive. It's
amazing.
So they take it so seriously, and that's why their product is like.
Yeah.
That's why they've been doing it that long, and they're still the lead.
In-house, it's incredible. We'll get onto your Bones.
Yeah, no stress.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just cool though how it kind of all came together for me. You know, like it was definitely a journey. It just didn't happen overnight for me. That's by any means. You know, I've been.
Well, you've been chipping away. You've been working hard at it.
Yeah, like for almost damn near 20 years now. You know.
Yeah.
See, that's a good example of like you skate good and you're doing it for yourself. Like we meet a couple of people that like they skate good, but they've got no idea on how to do it for themselves and the lengths they have to go to do it. So they stay in that distro zone, and then they complain about it.
Yeah,
and it's like you got to fucking fly places and do it.
Well, yeah, it's there's so many analogies that I go by, but yeah, it's like it's ultimately up to you to like really put yourself out there and like do that, and like I had an interview when I was like 19, and it was like. Yeah, like it was from Robert Brink. I don't know if you know who that is.
Yeah, you know Robert.
But like the first paragraph was just like, oh yeah, TJ's already blown it. Like because as a kid, like you're no matter what, like you're just so young and you're trying to learn how the game goes, and like you don't really have the direction of what you guys, how to get to this point. You know, a lot of people don't have that it's like a lot of people kind of kook it, at times, and then like sometimes that sticks with a person where it's just like, at that time, like, I guess I was already blowing it, but I just never gave up on myself. You know, I just like, I fucking love skateboarding. Skateboarding owes me nothing.
Yeah.
I just love doing this shit that like, you know, I'm just grateful for all of these opportunities and experiences that like skateboarding has provided for me, you know, because
one man solo world tour.
I guess so. It's pretty wild.
But it's quite interesting. There's something you said there is like skateboarding owes you nothing. Like there's a lot of people who like get on the kind of flow thing.
Well, brands are different, but like the thing is though, is like working for a brand like at a flow rate type shit. Like, again, you didn't really like prove yourself in that matter, and that's in no disrespect. Maybe there is some people that are flow that like put their whole heart and soul into their shit for 10+ years. Yeah, like, but they should be kind of taken care of, but it's also them stepping up and like kind of holding themselves accountable and speaking up on certain things. And approach is everything, you know. It's not all about like, you fucking owe me this or that. It's just like
expecting
yo,
stuff
like
from people.
yeah, you don't ever expect anything, you know. But it's like, as I've always learned, Toby, it's like, be happy with nothing and you'll be happy with everything, you know. And like, for me, that was just my motto since I was a kid. Like, I'm just grateful to be a part of this game and to like skateboard, do what I love. And if people want to support that, like, that's amazing, you know. Otherwise, like, I'm still gonna skate, still gonna drop video parts, still gonna keep doing exactly what I'm fucking doing.
Full-time skate rat, isn't it? You just,
100.
With skating, it's like you got to sift through all that shit to keep finding the bits of gold, and then eventually, and like you were saying, it's, you know, the whole he's already blown it, blah blah blah. When I was in my 20s, it may be the same for you as well. So I think we're probably the same age. I think you're 91 as
I'm 91.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I thought through my 20s I had it like all dialed in, but it wasn't until I was like 30 that I was like, fuck, I actually didn't know shit. No. But I really thought I did. And the last 4 years have been better than the majority of those 20s.
Yeah. Well, it's like, you could attest to this as well, but your early 20s is a trial run. You obviously have confidence in yourself as a hella, but like, you're still really learning the fundamentals and like how the game works. And like, you know, there's always waves in life, you know, whether that's in skateboarding or just in generality of like wherever you're at, you know. But the more that you can like understand that like you're going to go through lows and you're going to go through highs, but like just try and keep that humble mindset of just staying in the middle. Because if you try to always just go to the top, like all there is one way and it's just fucking down, you know. So it's like, just try and stay in the middle and just keep navigating and doing what you love and do what makes sense for you, you know, because there's really no right or wrong way to live. It's just what gives you that enlightenment and fulfills you to like wake up in the morning and be stoked, you know?
Yeah. And like you said, you're going to skate if you had all these sponsors or not. And that's the main,
for sure.
That's the main thing to take away from it as well.
No, for sure. You can never just go and skateboard just because like it's for brands or for this or for that. Like obviously you have to have goals and stuff like that, because without goals and there's no direction sometimes, you know. But you just got to do what makes you happy too, you know, because sometimes certain goals people are like, oh, I don't want to do that, like it's too much work, too much of this or that, you know, fall under like the victim thing, what we were just talking about prior. But it's like, man, I'd rather be skateboarding and doing what I'm doing now than like working at fucking McDonald's or like doing some other shit, you know,
that's
like
the thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
perspective
like,
on it,
yeah,
the
like,
situation, you know?
And in any job title, like it, you know, some people are like, fuck, I hate doing this or like skateboarding this or that, but it's like, man, I'd rather be skateboarding than doing anything else. So like, you're gonna, no matter what, hate something about your job or what you do. There's always gonna be something, but just like embracing that and knowing that like it could always be worse. But it could, you know, like, I don't know, it's a great way to think.
Yeah.
And we spoke about this before, and we'll touch base on it a little later with like sponsored life. But then you get those people that are hooked up, and then they fucking hate that they're getting all the pressure from these dudes that are like, well, where's the photos and the videos? So
and that's where it goes back to what I was saying.
So it's like, what avenue do you want to go down? Yeah. But that's also like a good segue onto, because obviously you left Canada and moved to LA. And was that like, say like a career move because of the opportunities there?
Like back in the day, at least, like, and when I say back in the day, I'm talking about like early 2000s. You know, there were so many skaters that moved from Canada to the States to pursue skateboarding. And like, you know, most of them, except for a few, have already left. but then there's like a new wave of people that move there, and like some of them have left, some of them are still there, you know. So it's kind of just like that balance of just like, you know, people grow and like some people stay in it, or people have like a different agenda at the end of the day, which no disrespect to any of them, like they all carved their path and they did their thing, you know, which is like, again, amazing, you know, because I looked up to a lot of those guys. But for me, I was contemplating on moving back to Canada recently, and I kind of just made the decision that just to stay in California, you know, just it's really hard being in Canada and like having a proper consistent schedule, just not only because of the seasons and everything, I'm sure you guys know, that it's just also the industry is in California, you know. 100%. Being from Canada, I could attest, like it was so challenging growing up at times, just for so many different reasons, like, you know, as we talked about already with like the Canadian distribution flow, then having to go through like, you know, Flow Direct, and then you go AM and then Pro, you know. So it's like there's definitely a little bit more of a barrier for Canadians than for per se like the average American, even sometimes European. But there's so many different columns or budgets in skateboarding as well. Like, I don't know, I could ramble on for a while about this shit, you know. I have a lot of insight on things, but like back in the day, for example, you know, like you could be Flow in the States and like get $200 a month. Let's just say that, you know, I'm just throwing a number out there as an AM, you know, on a company. But then like you're on AM in Europe and you're getting paid like 500 euros. You're almost getting paid more, and you're like Flow through the team out here. Yeah. But in Canada, we fall under the North American border, you know, so it's like Canadians are kind of with Americans, and, you know, it's a little harder to kind of break that mold. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that was always what I think was the hardest hiccup for Canadians, because like we were always in this bubble with all the Americans. Yeah. And if you weren't in America enough, you were kind of not really thought about. Nowadays, it's a little different because of social media. Things are so much more predominantly in your face that it's easier for people to really like, oh, can't forget this guy, you know? Yeah. It's Mr. Jimmy, dude. He kills it. Yeah, you know, Mr. Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like there's, it's just different now. But like back in the day, 11, 12 years ago when I moved to California, Instagram was just starting kind of like... not fully elevated just into where it's photos at. Exactly. 15-second clips. Not even 15-second clips yet, you know? So that was kind of where like I could see it evolving, but Weiss was telling me like, you got to move to California if you want to make it. You know?
You were skating for Blind Boss in Canada, and then he was like, come over here.
Yeah, he was telling me like from the jump, because I rode for Blind for 15 years, from like 08 to 2023. Yeah. So, yeah, throughout, like, you know, my first trip to California was in January 09.
When did you turn pro for Blind?
I turned pro for Blind in September 2014.
Nice.
Yeah, so...
Did you know that was happening? Was there, like, the big pro board surprise?
Little bit, not really. It was a surprise, but it was also... I just had moved to California in April prior to the release. Right. And we did a tour in the States, and I wasn't making much money at all, you know, like even as an AM, it was tough for me, especially moving into a different country, because I couldn't get like an average job at Starbucks or something like that, you know, being a Canadian. So like I was working construction back home in Canada, working for like a month, save up a bunch of money, and then I'd just come back to the States. So there was like a point in 2014 where I kind of told Weiss, and I tried to approach it again as, you know, open and honest, and not thinking that skateboarding owed me something, you know? And I was like, yo, like, I need fucking help, you know? Like, or I got to go back home, you know? Like, I want to be here, but, like, I need help financially to, like, support this. And then, like, after that tour went down, he brought me out to, like, Outback Steakhouse. It's like the steakhouse out in LA area, you know? and he brought me in to like get food, and we were just chatting, and then he just like he's like, oh, I gotta give grip tape to someone, you know, just something. I was completely fucking oblivious to what was going on, and he just brought it in, and it was like, I could tell it was like kind of packed different, and I was like, whatever, you know. And he ends up like pulling out these boards, and it was my first pro board. Yeah. And I was like, holy shit. He's like, you're gonna go turn pro in like a month or two. We're gonna start paying you this starting this month. Like,
you can pay for the dinner tonight.
Yeah, you know, like, you're good, TJ. Like, you know, like,
that's right.
everything's gonna work out. A huge relief for me at that time.
Another testament to how rad Weiss is and how many people he's helped out in the industry as well.
Totally.
Yeah.
But that'd been, I mean, you were putting out a lot of stuff then, and you know that you were really on the, you know, still on that upwards trajectory. So I
appreciate that. I mean, I definitely looked for Weiss for a lot of advice and guidance when I was a kid.
Naked 540s. What kind of boombox?
I was telling him, like, yo, so what trick should I do naked? I'm just playing. I'm kidding. But
so are you still planning to drop that full naked part as well?
I think so. I might have to
one day.
it
was almost done.
Yeah. It's going to be on Pornhub. No, I'm just...
Start an OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, there you go.
First pro naked part.
Oh, my God. Be fucked. I mean, there has been skaters that have, like, in the streets that have skated naked. I swear, like, Jaws has. And there's this other...
on King of the Road, he was.
Didn't he fucking ollie El Toro naked or some shit?
I think he did.
Yeah, like Melon or some shit.
Melon grabbed down El Toro naked.
Fucking psycho.
I couldn't think of anything worse to do down there.
Like, the thing is as well, you know, with a melon grab, because you're grabbing obviously like the heel side rail, you're kind of just like shoving your crotch out there as well, aren't you? It's like
wiping your own ass against your forearm.
Yeah, proper evasive grab.
Big up Jaws.
Yeah, fucking shout out Jaws. So he gave you the board, said that you're good.
Yeah.
Was anyone else there to celebrate?
Just
you
me and
two?
him, yeah.
You were like...
Yeah, I was super hyped.
Yeah.
And then, a couple of months later, I think we ended up like having a release party for it.
Nice.
And dropped a part with it as well. So I was super grateful, man. It was a cool time in my career, and just super hyped, honestly.
And then obviously through the Dwindle hookup, you got the Pro Tensor truck, and you were doing that whole Dwindle thing. We won't. I mean, everyone knows what happened with Dwindle and all that, blah blah blah. But how did like SK8MAFIA come into the equation? Because obviously, would you say 2023 Blind? That was that.
Yeah, I mean,
Weiss, it all just.
Yeah, at the beginning of 23, it was kind of where like Weiss got fired, and then I was like asking Weiss, like, what should I do? You know, like he didn't really tell me he was starting a company yet or anything. Yeah. And then I kind of just obviously left as well pretty shortly after he got fired. At first, like he told me to stick it out there and wait and see like if things would turn around. So I kind of waited a little bit, but then I was like, this is fucking dumb. Like, I'm not doing this, you know? Like, I'm not happy here, you know?
Who were we talking to? Oh, Ace was saying about, like, you know, he was waiting for paychecks for month on month.
I'm over.
And he was just trying to wait and, you know,
it was coming in like little bits and pieces. And then there was less 1 month and more.
I'm owed like 10 grand.
I was going to say, you still owed royalties.
Oh, more than that. Yeah. I'm owed a lot, like over 10 grand.
Yeah.
It's frustrating, but it's like... It's funny. I even hit up one of the guys not too long ago, and I was like, yo, man, like, I doubt I'm going to ever get that money, you know? And that's fine. That's cool. Like, all good. But, like, could I just get all my product?
Yeah.
So you're not fucking selling it at, like, discount? Because you owe me money. Like, just give me the product. No response. Yeah. It's like, sick.
Yeah.
Off camera, was that one of the owners that you spoke to on that?
I don't care. I'll put it on blast. It was, like, this guy that works for him, RP.
Okay, I don't know who.
I've heard
that name.
RP Best. Luckily, I've had a good. I've been able to kind of save and salvage like almost every graphic of everything I've had over the years, like one of each.
Yeah.
So luckily, I have all of that still, but yeah, it's just more or less like the only reason why I asked for the product is just the fact that like I got so many connections to skate shops that it's like I'd rather just give it to them, you know, and like if I come into the shop maybe one day and I need, you know, if I need something, you know, maybe you could hook me up. Like,
I'm in the area, I've snapped a board.
Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, here's whatever. Like, just more or less for the love, you know, like just to get what I was owed and just bless the kids. I could just even have donated it to a nonprofit charity
Yeah,
that
exactly.
donates boards
Yeah.
somewhere, and I could have gotten a tax write-off, you know, like,
like that.
there's so
Ugandan
many
Skate
things.
Society,
That's why I was trying to hit him up about it.
Yeah.
But again, it was what it was, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Water
it's a
under the
shame,
bridge, but it was a really good run with them, man. Like,
Yeah.
and to how I got on Mafia, probably about a month after I officially quit, I got on a trip to the Thrasher vacation tour in Canada, and when that tour went down, I was with Wes Kremer and a bunch of other cats.
Oh, I wanted to talk about Wes.
Yeah, Wes is
Absolute
the
god.
Wes is the best.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's kind of how it all came
Is he
together.
still not on social media?
Fuck
He's
no.
not on any. I think he's got like a burner phone.
He
Yeah,
I
no,
think he
he's got a
lives,
flip phone. I was just with him literally like 2 days ago.
Does he live? Because I always see that he's skating with like Darren Navrat and all those old heads.
Dog, I was just kicking it with Nav on
Nav's
this
it-
tour.
Navs
on
is
this
so-
tour.
Dude.
Navs is so sick.
Yeah.
I
Not
was
even playing.
I was last time I was in the States. I was.
is that
'Cause
Thunder?
is
Is that
It
Thunder?
might be. Yeah.
Proper
I went
storm
up-
coming in.
We'll be all right.
I went.
We're indoors.
I was like super close to Navs' house because I used to send him some like
Stalking
stuff.
him.
that
In Mission
I'd-
Beach.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I hit him up and I was like, "Yo, are you about?" Because I ended up going to dinner with like Todd Swank,
Sick.
and I was like, "I'm with Swank," and he was like, "Oh man, I'm out in the Midwest." But I
Yeah,
was just
Kansas
hoping
City.
that I'd walk down there and I'd just see him doing all of this, like,
yeah, imagine that.
and then just seeing those sessions they have with the kickers and Wes Kremer's there. Like, Wes is the fucking.
Wes is kind
You know
of like
those days when they actually start? They're always on a Wednesday because it's a big fucking Wednesday, just like today.
Oh really?
Big Wednesdays.
I'm just gonna go there on a Wednesday and just hang about.
Yeah,
Wes
hit
is
him up.
kind of like a magician, isn't he, with a skateboard? He can
He's the
do
best.
stuff. He's just like shouldn't
Unfathomable.
happen.
Yeah, no, like he's one of a kind.
And
honestly.
it's even radder that he's not on social media, really, isn't it? 'Cause it kind of
So much
feeds into that
respect.
kind of
street
when
core,
you see him, you see him. That's it.
almost like rebellion towards
doing
like
his own thing.
well, no, just towards the industry of like how everyone's shaped it to where it's at. Like, you know, like he stuck to the roots of like how he envisioned it from a young kid. And I think that's so admirable because like, even for like myself, for example, you know, like there's certain things like I was saying earlier, there's all these different things that like, you know, you have to do as like a skater nowadays. And like, I never knew that that was like a thing back in the day. Not saying it would deter me from not wanting to do it, but it's just cool to see him like in his own realm of just doing what he loves to do, you know, because it shows.
So you went on that trip with Wes, and then that was kind of how that all kind of
Yeah, that's kind of how it all kind of turned out into getting me on Mafia.
good fit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
really good
you know,
fit.
It's
Yeah,
ideal,
thank you.
isn't it?
Yeah, very grateful, honestly. Like a lot of companies, you know, after you're on a company for so long, you don't typically get like an upgrade to your roster, you know, like maybe go somewhere else. It's a little bit more mellow, but fuck, I not only felt like I fit in with them, but like I'm just I feed off all of those guys too, you know? So it's so amazing to just be a part of that brand.
Yeah, it's a proper squad, isn't it?
Oh, fuck yeah, it is.
But at that point, surely you were big enough a name that you'd just be like, new pro, bang, done.
Yeah.
Is that how it
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I didn't. I mean, don't get me wrong. We were talking about certain things, you know, after the tour, or not after the vacation tour. Then it was kind of like I was going down to San Diego. I was in Canada for a lot that summer, but then when I went back home, we all linked up. We went on a trip together and we went to Mexico. And when we were in Mexico, like not even 3 hours of being there with the whole squad, we went to jail. And we were in jail for like 25 hours, like full day and a bit. And like I'll never forget, like we were all in jail and they were like, "Yo, welcome to the team."
And that was it.
I was like, is that actually like how it's gonna go down? I don't know. Like, and then a couple months later, like, then the board, they showed me the board and like, okay, we're gonna release this when here, gonna do an ad, etc. So I was like, oh shit.
And that Welcome to Mafia part's so fucking good as well.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
So good. And the new part that just came out through Free Magazine as well.
Oh.
Talking about the half cab crook to 180
Yeah,
switch money.
the half cab crook revert to
to
I just call it a fakey nose manual, but switch money then the revert again.
Yep.
completely
like-
took me. I was like,
Yeah,
I
that's
went
rad.
like I barely ever watch a video and like go back and watch a trick, and I was like, holy shit!
Yeah,
it's like
thank
a
you.
dream trick
That's
right
really
there.
good.
Appreciate that.
Dropping dropping to Manny on anything out of a ledge and then 180 and back off. It's like,
How long did that take?
I don't know. That one, not too long. Less than 30, maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah, there you go.
15 minutes is insane, isn't it?
Renee.
Something like that.
Was you in, have you been to Spain
Yeah.
lately? I think it was,
I was out there for a Red Bull trip in April.
I think it's a fella that skates for roller snakes here, Gazard. I think our mate Gazard said
He said,
he said he met you out there and he was like, have you ever seen TJ skate in person? I was like, well, no. And he was like, his consistency is fucking insane. That's all he kept saying. And Gazard, who skates for us, his consistency is insane.
Yeah,
like,
Gazard's a machine. He always has been. I've lived near him for years. He's always been
unreal.
like that.
He's got that pop, you know, that's... Yeah,
he catches stuff high as well.
But he met you out there and he was just like, TJ, fucking best dude. So he kept saying, fucking best dude.
Yeah, big up Gazard. I messaged him and I said you were coming and he was like, fuck, I'm working. And he works quite a technical engineering job and you can't just pull it, you know, day out like that. But,
well, tell him I said, what up, first and foremost. I'll
try and FaceTime him after, see if he answers it.
Yeah, please do.
But you can just be there like, yo, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's probably building like
Send him a message.
Fucking call him now.
You know what?
Yeah.
Try.
Right,
Call him.
Let me try.
Call him.
Why not?
Call him now.
Let me try.
Add a new fucking sequel to the fucking episode real quick. Cold call somebody.
We haven't done any calls. Who is it we tried calling before? Didn't we have somebody trying to call Penny? Oh, Don was trying to call Penny.
We called Avi once as well.
Chris, our friend Chris Averton. I can't remember.
Fuck, I'm seeing Tom later tonight. Tom Penny? Yeah, I'm literally I'm flying to Paris. And he's gonna meet me there. Fuck. So like after this train, then we stop at the Eurostar and then meeting up with him at like 10. I can't tell you how big
a fan of Penny we are.
Gazard.
Yeah, he's the best.
Is he in bed?
Bring the camera down.
He's naked, isn't he?
Well, bring it down anyway. Let me see your face.
Just a little bit.
Here you go.
Got someone for you.
Feel better, G? No way. No way. What up? How are you?
Man, I was just gonna came down.
It's all good, man. We just wanted to give you a call and just pay respects and say hi real quick. I hope you're feeling better, though.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, it's love, dog.
Cheers, man.
I'll pass you back to the homies. I'll see you soon.
There you go. That should make you feel better.
Right. On that note, I'm going to leave it be there. But talk to you soon.
Big love, James. Big love, Gazard.
Bye, brother.
Hang on a minute. We need to talk about who's sponsoring this episode of the Brain Drain Show. Toby, take it away.
Today's episode is sponsored by You.
You is a supernatural, delicious sparkling water with full fruit flavour. 0 sugar, 0 sweetener, no calories, and nothing artificial. The brand is built on a radical simplicity. Sparkling water, fruit extract, and nothing else.
You is a great way to stay hydrated during the session. Comes in 3 different flavours. Crispy apple, my favourite here. Zesty lemon and pink rhubarb. All with 0 sugar, 0 sweetener, 0 calories, and nothing artificial.
Toby, let's crack one of these bad bitches open and get back to the show right now.
ASMR.
How and when did you get on like the Red Bull program? And as like, because sponsored drinks are so prevalent in skateboarding, do they do like travel budgets and stuff like that and just generally help you out skating?
Yeah. I mean, the very first time they ever helped financially support a trip for me was in March 2008, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been working with them for almost 20 years now. Not contracted to where I had to wear the hat. But they gave me $200 to go to Miami in March 2008, and I was unbelievably hyped. You know, that was like the first kind of check I got from skating like that, from such a big corporate company, and I was super, super hyped on it, you know? And it was funny because back in the day, I didn't even have like a bank account yet, I think, something like that. And I couldn't cash my check when I went to Miami to get money. So I had to borrow money off of all my friends for like the 2-week trip. And then I just paid them back afterwards, you know, and like I was able to cash the check.
Yeah. It seems like out of like the energy drink sponsors, like Red Bull's doing the most.
Yeah.
Out of all of it. I'm always seeing like they're heavily rooted in skateboarding and they have been for
a long time.
20 plus, because it was quite heavy in the UK for a while, wasn't it? With like Chris Vile and all those dudes.
Yeah, Chris. I know Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris Vile, one of Birmingham's finest skateboarders still to this day.
He's
fucking
the best.
well good.
Yeah, he was a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess like with this question, it was more like you know, because energy drink sponsors and skaters taking those deals, a lot of people are like, oh, fuck that. But the benefits that you get from that, like Forde was sort of getting to, was the support you get from having a corporate sponsor.
For sure.
That it allows you to do loads more, get about more, and essentially skate more, you know? And it's just like, people just, they're still about it, but it's...
I think it's one of the best sponsors. I think I can definitely attest that it's probably the best sponsor that I have, just all around to support my overall health. You know, like I went through cancer a few years ago.
We'll touch base on
you
that.
know, and to be quite honest, like I could obviously went through it and it was tough, but it could have been even worse if I didn't have Red Bull support. They got a full facility in California called the APC, which is the Athlete Performance Center, and only athletes of Red Bull can go there. Nice. So like I was going there for not only getting like my surgery done, getting all the scar tissue worked out, but also training and just trying to like stay as ready as I could be going through all of that, you know, trials and tribulations. Like, you know, they even financially help support some of the costs that came in with having cancer too, you know, having to pay out of pocket living in the States. So they've been like a very big help and support system for my career ever since I was a kid, you know, that I'm like my favorite sponsor, 100%, you know. Yeah. So many opportunities come from working with them as well. Like I got contracted back in 2014 to where I got a contract right after I turned pro. Yeah. And, you know, then I was able to wear the hat. And like within a year or two, they got me a gig to be in the XXX movie, Return to the Xander Cage. And I was like in a full movie.
The best one out of all those XXX movies.
Well, that's cool. Thanks. But like, I don't know if you remember, like they had the Nyjah in the bar. And then there was like Chad Curley, like a pro BMXer, had his own booth, like all these people. And I was skating in the background. Like you probably wouldn't even know that it was me, but I was skating in the background on a quarter pipe, you know. But like I wouldn't have never gotten that opportunity if it wasn't for Red Bull, you know.
Yeah, it's good experience.
Yeah, it's been amazing to work with them for as long as I have.
Yeah, I just wish that kind of stigma that people still have. So,
I feel like it's changed.
It is changing. It is changing, but it's kind of old. You know, just people just need to get on with it. You know, like that is in the industry now, and the benefits.
For sure.
You know what I mean? It's like people need to look 100%. At it, the bigger picture.
Well, like even for me back in the day, I mean, and again, we were talking about certain territories, you know, like coming up in like Canada, but certain territories are different, you know, and like for Canada, for instance, they wouldn't put me on the team like with a hat until I was pro. But like nowadays, there's definitely a little bit more acceptance in that where there's kids rocking the hat that aren't fully pro yet. Which I still think is rad to have that support. Yeah. But you know, it's hard. It's hard times out there for everybody, regardless. You know, industry wasn't what it was back in the day to where like, you know, you're getting shoe deals, getting 20, 30K a month, whatever it is. Like I have stories from, you know, the Mafia dudes, from Peter Smolik, from hearing about all these different
Smolik, what a legend.
No, but just like, you know,
how much they were making.
Yeah, like all the blind dudes back in the day, how much they were making. Haslam was telling me stories. Like it's just so crazy that skateboarding was once at that point. Yeah. And now where it is, you know, even though it's gotten on a bigger global scale, but it's just not there anymore. Just, you know, it's just so oversaturated.
Well, that's kind of the quote, isn't it? It's like there's more skateboarders than ever, but less money in skateboarding now. And it's like finding what's actually going on with it.
It's been a lot of conversations about this recently, but I don't even know what the answer is.
I think the global economic climate isn't helping.
No, of course not.
To a degree.
There are so many brands now.
That's it.
And that is the problem, that you got to look at it like, I also think within our industry, too much free stuff is given away willy-nilly.
Sometimes, especially from like certain like brands. Like I was on Nike for a few years prior to I was getting 20 pairs a month. But and it was like, how am I going to go through 20? Like I got so many homies that are like flow through me, you know, like homie flow. Yeah. That it's like, it almost like takes away from like those other skaters that like want to support their brands and like actually like do stuff, you know? Cause again, like, I don't know. I could really get into this. Like it's very.
We talk about it quite a bit. And,
yeah,
you know,
it's
that whole thing
interesting.
about, you know, on a smaller scale over here, you know, the amount of people that are on flow for certain brands, and they get a lot of stuff, and they don't need that much stuff, because that stuff they then just sell to their mates for like 10 quid for some trucks that just because they want to go to the pub. And it's like, then that takes away that sale of them going to a skate shop. So there's, I mean, but how, you know, it's been like that for so long.
Yeah, but then, for sure. But there wasn't as many brands too. Yeah. And I think like nowadays, I don't know. I won't go too deep dive into this, but like, there, you know, the bigger brands that were, you know, and that are still around kind of carved the path for skateboarding. Yeah. But I think skateboarding got too big to where they couldn't support what was going on throughout the whole global scale of skateboarding, that they have a lot of, you know, now up and coming brands from different communities and different countries and territories, to where like they're supporting their locals. So like you go to a skate shop, and sometimes you'll go to a shop and you won't even see a board that you actually know that's on the wall. Like for me, like I've been, you know, traveling a bunch lately. Like I'll go to a shop and I'm like, they only got like 2 or 3 boards that I know the brands of. But wait, hold on, what's this brand? Oh, it's a local homies brand that started, it's a bedroom, you know, company. And it's just exactly. But it's like this whole community out here froths and only wants this. So I think, you know, like that's where it's just split and divided slightly, to where it's harder for like even international companies to really make you know, an ROI on their investments, because of the fact of that, you know, like it's just so diluted with product from all these different areas, that it's like, it's hard to really like keep it going, you know, sometimes.
I mean, I have it here, like, you know, my official job title here is buyer. So I get all the emails from all the distros, you know, so-and-so new pro board, they've just turned pro for this company. It's like, I've never heard of that person. I've barely heard of that brand. And I guarantee the kids, the ones who have got the money to buy the stuff, they haven't heard of them or give a fuck. And that's the problem we're in. There's too much, you know. But yeah, we could.
And there's so many lanes in skateboarding now too, with the Olympics, social media content creators, than actual core street skaters, transition skaters. Like again, like there's so many different like avenues now, that it's like not only just pick a lane and just do what you love. Going back to when we first started chatting about all this, but like there's no right or wrong, man. Like you just got to do what you love, because no matter what, this shit isn't going to last forever. So let's just make the most of it.
I just wanted a real quick one with your pro wheel with Bones, because they do a lot of different shapes and sizes. Did you specifically get to choose like a more narrow wheel because of what you like to skate, or is it like we're just going to make a whole range and put it on a different
No, you nailed it the first time around. I specifically, they asked me like, what is my favorite wheel that I like to skate? And also like the sizes, etc. The Durham, like the urethane hardness. So like the wheels that are on that board, specifically, I'm rocking now the X formulas, the 10 or the 99s, I should say, actually, the X formulas. But for the longest time, before that wheel came into production, I was just rocking the 103 STFs. And it was like the V2 shape, I believe. So it was more of a narrow square wheel. And I loved it for years. And then once they brought the X formula into thing, they wanted me to test it. And I was like, yo, this wheel's so good for like the rough streets of Toronto where I grew up, that I ended up switching it like probably a couple years ago. And like, they pretty much they always make my wheel in like 52, 54s. And I actually just graduated and I started skating 54s recently too. Nice. Because like I was a 52.
About going up to 54s. I've been on 52s for a long time now. And I was looking at it this morning. I was like, 54? I haven't been on 54s for a long time.
They're really good, honestly, in my own opinion. Like I skated 52s forever, but like you skate them for a couple months, then they turn into 50s. So why not just skate 54s? They're a little big, almost a little bit like, whoa, this is fast. But then once you skate for a little bit, you're back to your 52s and you're on your regular jam, you know, and they've already been broken in. Like, I don't know. Yeah, just my own perspective.
Yeah, for sure. Do we want to, should we go into this now?
Yeah, because I think it's good just to spread awareness, because a lot of the recent episodes we've been doing have been like mental health and everything like that. And obviously the cancer diagnosis, you were still skating through having cancer as well. What was the lead up to that? Was there like you got sick or you were feeling something in your body? Like, 'cause we're all in tune with our body and you know straight away, like something doesn't feel right.
Yeah. I mean,
if you don't mind talking about
it.
No,
I've talked about it a few different times on different podcasts. So pretty much like how it all happened with me, at least, was I was hanging out at home with my dog BB that I just got. She was probably no more than like 3 months of me having her, and we were chilling at home, and I was hanging out with this shorty ass one time, and I ended up pretty much, my dog kept hitting me in the nuts.
Right.
You know, I was trying to teach her how to play fetch. She kept hitting me in the nuts. I was like, what the fuck? Like, get the fucking ball. You know what I'm saying? And
the different ball.
Yeah, exactly. Not my shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, keep it away. And but she just kept trying to, like, you know, fucking just persistently kept hitting me in the nuts, trying to. And then she got me once really good, and I was like, fuck, that hurt. You know, like, it's not normal for, you know, a dog, like, dogs step on your nuts, they walk past you or whatever, you know, if they're on the couch.
Yeah.
But it hurt more than what it should have, you know?
Yeah.
And even after a couple days, it was still hurting. And I remember, like I said, I was hanging out with this one girl at this time, and I like busted a nut, you know, did my thing. and
I can't wait for the I cannot wait for the trailer to start off with that.
And you know, just busted a nut real quick, and then like it felt like someone was like grabbing my nuts with a vice grip. I was like, holy shit, like this is not normal, you know, for like a gentleman that just fucking erected, you know. You're like, you're supposed to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, fuck. Ended up like going to get checked out, and then went through all the procedures of like checked at the doctor's like home doctor office. Then they referred me to an ultrasound, got an ultrasound, and then after getting the ultrasound, they're like, oh yeah, you'll get your results in like 3 or 4 days. Call me 3 hours later being like, yo, you need to go to a specialist immediately. So I was like, oh fuck, okay, like something's going on.
What a great phone call to have.
I was like, fuck. I didn't know that I had cancer though. And like still ended up like, you know, trying to make the calls to like see a specialist. It's taking a little bit of time. They almost booked me out a month late. And then
I could imagine in that moment as well, your mind is just like, you just want to book it as quick as possible. You want to see someone the next day.
Almost.
The longer you wait, you just like
a little bit. At that time I was pretty oblivious though, like me like thinking I was gonna have cancer. I was just like, oh fuck, whatever, you know, like like what I thought it was probably just like a cyst or like a buildup of like cum in my ball, you know, like on one of the tubes, and it was just like fucked up, you know, like, oh, it'll go away, I'll keep playing with it, you know, and I could feel a bump on one of my nuts. And I was like, oh, that should not be there. So ended up going to the specialist. They're like, okay, well, you have 2 options. Like, it could be benign or it could be cancer, but no matter what, the only option you have is to get this removed immediately. You know? And I was like, okay, cool. Do you want a fake nut? No. So I only got 1 nut. And just fucking ended up going through the surgery. And then 3 weeks after the surgery, got blood work, and they're like, oh, your blood, like your tumor markers are a little high for, you know, what it should be after having that surgery. You might have like microscopic fucking shit like floating in your lymph nodes, you know, of cancer. So I was like, okay, she's like, come back in 2 weeks. So after like 5 weeks after surgery, went back in, and then they told me, I still have like some type of like tumor markers in my stomach or somewhere, but like it's microscopic that they can't see them in the scans. Right. So I have to do chemotherapy. So then I did 4 rounds of chemo, and then each round of chemo. Yeah, I mean, fuck, it was what it was, you know, like I'll still go in depth, but going to it, it's like chemo, it was my chemo, like there's so many different types, but the one that I had to do 4 rounds, and each round consisted of 5 days on. So like a Monday to Friday, and then I get 2 weeks off. So or 16 days off, you know? So, that was kind of what it was. That was my life for like 3 months. Just like going to the doctors. I drove myself to chemo every day too, you know, like, it was just kind of a thing that, you know, doing all of the treatments and everything. I was out in the States. Don't talk to my mom. Just haven't talked to her in a long time. My family wasn't able to come out to like take care of me. So I just did all that shit on my own, you know, like had obviously really good friends that I grew up with come fly in from Canada and take care of me for like the days that I was going through chemo. And yeah, was what it was, you know. I still tried to skate through it as well.
Yeah, because the chemo can make you quite ill, can't it?
Yeah.
Was that what it was like for you, was it?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, each round just kind of kicked my ass in a different way.
Do you just feel like sort of weak, or is it? Or
yeah, it's not even that I was feeling weak. It was more or less like also like lethargic, and because typically you're supposed to lose weight on chemo, but I was so skinny as it was and fit that like the doctors were like, yo, TJ, like go to McDonald's, Burger King, and like Wendy's, all fast food restaurants. Go to all of them in one day. Just eat whatever the fuck you want. Just gain weight. Don't try and like, you know, like if you're nauseous, like or whatever, like take these pills. I didn't take any pills. Like I don't like pills. I don't like that shit. Never put anything up my nose other than a tough guy shot with Don Brown. That you know, it was like
big up Don Brown.
Yeah, you know,
Again.
like it was never like
Always.
a thing for me, you know, like to do pills or any of this shit. So I just smoked weed. My doctors told me, they're like, smoke weed. I was like, okay, perfect. So
I can do that.
yeah, exactly. So I just smoked a shit ton of weed and I ate as much food as I could. I gained 25 pounds.
Yeah.
From like when I started chemo to finish, you know, like, and then the doctors are tripping. They didn't like, because every time you go through chemo, you lose weight.
Yeah.
So it was like, I had the kind of complete opposite effect. And like, I'm driving myself to chemo. Everyone else is fucking getting people to drive them, you know? I'm like, I'm in the booth. Like I had like a port, which was like kind of right here on my chest. And it was like this big dot, and it was like a tube that went through my throat to my heart.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there like every day, just cracking jokes with all the nurses. And I'm like, 25% done. I got 70 more. Like whatever, you know, like just trying to lighten the mood like in that place. Cause it was definitely like depressing at the time of being there.
Yeah.
But it was what it was, you know, like I said, perspective is everything in life. And I try not to like think that I was like falling a victim towards like something gnarly. Like, it's fucking life, man. Shit happens, and it's just
Gotta tackle it.
Yeah, you know, just don't look. Well, like I was saying, there's no right or wrong. You go left or you go right, or you just go right through the brick wall. You know, and like that's kind of what I did when I had chemo. I was like, I'm not gonna look to what everyone else is doing. I'm just gonna do what I want to do, and I'm gonna fucking tackle this shit head on. You know. So I did my thing, and grateful I did. You know, because I came back like pretty strong. I would like to think. You know.
Yeah.
A lot of people were expecting me to kind of like not fully skate, or who knows, maybe my whole perspective changed on skating and everything. But like, if anything, it just sharpened my tools more to where like I wanted to skate more, and I learned the craft and, you know, just continuing to keep pushing forward and persevering, you know?
Yeah. Well, if people were almost not expecting you to like skate and then you turn around and you've been filming a part whilst you're going through that, that's like the complete opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
So that's like fucking admirable to be able to film a good part of that level anyway, and then to do it whilst having that going on at the same time. Even, you know, just obviously the cancer, but how your mind could have been. You could have just been like, I'm just going to take these months off.
For sure. I mean, there's always times where like you feel like in anybody's life, I feel like you feel that pressure, you know, of like, oh, I got to do this for my sponsors, or I got to do this for this. But it was like, oh, I learned at a younger age, you know, not only does skateboarding owe you shit, but like you got to do this shit because you want to do it. It's not like because, you know, you think, oh yeah, I'm going to do this and I'm going to get something out of it. You know, like, nah, you're just going to fucking do it because you want to do it. And like, I think after cancer, that was kind of, even prior to it, I was like, I'm doing whatever the fuck I want. You know, like switch my whole steez up, like started rocking everything that I used to rock when I was a kid. And, you know, everything kind of collectively came together, you know, and Rome's not built in a day, you know, like the shit that you want and that you hope and you wish and you dream for years, like you know, manifest, you know, you just got to really like be persistent and just want to keep pushing forward. And like, yeah, I feel like I'm a testament of that in a sense, you know, because I definitely have had certain odds against me from a young kid, you know, going in foster care, group homes, being from Canada at a certain point, you know, going through cancer and all this other shit. But like, I just personally never gave up, and I never always believed in myself, you know, of knowing that like, doesn't matter what I do, I'm gonna be happy doing it, you know. And I think that's just something that like has always stuck with me since I was a kid.
So what's with cancer now? Do you have to have like yearly checkups to make sure everything's good?
Yeah, I pretty much do every 6 months I do a checkup with a CT scan on you know, just my whole body, and then I get 3 months blood work. Every 3 months I get blood work. So it's been good. No scares or no elevations to where people are like, yo, da da da, which is great. There's definitely been times since I've had cancer that I'm like, I feel something kind of like, you know, a little boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, fuck, maybe it's coming back, you know, like, but again, it's just like more or less, they said it's normal. Yeah. So it's fine, you know? But yeah, it's again, just not dwelling on things I can't control either, you know? Because I think that's like another huge thing. Like when I was going through all of that, like could have definitely dwelled on it and been like, oh, fuck, da-da-da, victimized, you know? But it's like, whatever, you know? Like, fuck it. I have a homie that was literally, and it sucks to like put that into perspective, but I had a homie that like just got diagnosed with the same cancer a couple months prior to me, and he was stage 3 cancer. And I was only stage 1, so I caught it early. But this guy had it in his lungs, and he had to like have a full not open heart, but like open surgery where they like cut out a bunch of his shit, you know, like. So I was just always like going through it being like, man, like fuck, it could have been way worse, you know, like way worse than where it was. So it was just nice that I not only listened to my dog and I listened to myself and everyone around me, but I just went through with it, you know.
Yeah.
Tough, heavy subject. Am I right? I'm sorry.
No, I mean we've had it with other guys. I mean, Don was talking about his journey through that as well, and
me and Don talked a lot through his and mine. You know, Don actually came and visited me one of the first rounds, like my first round of chemo. He came one day and like just, you know, checked out the scene and seen what I was up to, you know, and like, yeah, he was just starting to like kind of, I think, find out about his too. So it was kind of a pretty amazing that like we had each other to be able to like kind of bounce different ideas and just things about, you know. There's a couple of people actually. I mean, Weiss just had cancer too. Yeah. Sucks getting old, man. Like fuck.
I mean,
these are just pure geekery.
Yeah, I mean, I fucking love Switch Front 3.
Yeah, what about it?
It's well, nothing. I just like
nothing.
Just I'm so annoyed that you can't skate and it's wet because I would have loved to have seen one in the flesh. But I was just like nerding out the other day, and you did a trick tip on one, and it was like hang your toes over the edge, put your foot in that pocket. I was like, fuck, because I did quite a few years ago. I wanted to get back on that, but then I was looking at the Switch Front Biggie down Wallenberg. Yep. Tell us about that. How long did that take? I mean, that thing is fucking enormous.
Fucking massive.
I mean,
did you build a rolling foot?
Of course I did. Yeah. I didn't build it, but like, yeah, like Wallenberg is Wallenberg, man. It's one of the beasts in skateboarding that if you get a trick on it, it's kind of just not only respect, but people know, like, they kind of know your name after, you know, like there's only so many spots in the world that like you can go to and like kind of get an NBD on, and it like kind of, you know, hold weight over years to come. And I think like Wallenberg is one of those spots. And for the story, I'll break it down in 2 for you, because I got 2 tricks on it like 10 years ago. Literally, it's 2015 I did them. I did the Switch Front 3 first in like February, and I did it within 10 tries, I like to think, and 10 no more than 15 for sure. And right after I landed it, I had all my homies from Canada, like, you know, we were all staying at like a hostel out there. And it was like, I was with like this homie, Charles Deschamps, Jordan Moss, the homie that filmed it, and then also Will Marshall. And afterwards, I was like, yo, we're going to go get fucking dinner. Like, dinner's on me. We ended up like going to like a really expensive restaurant, like steakhouse restaurant. It's called like Ruth Chris's. And I just like bought us all dinner, you know, and like, yeah, had a great time. And then 2 months later, after we seen that I switched 3'd it, he made a tour for Blind to like kind of go up in Northern California and do like a couple different stops in like a little video.
Yeah.
And while we left Berkeley to go back to SF to drive down to San Jose, we organized getting a ramp to Wallenberg. And then I ended up skating it with Kevin Romar and Mickey Papa and a bunch of people, and I switch big
Fucking love
spinned it.
Mickey Papa.
He's fucked up.
I just always remember, sorry to cut in,
No, you're good.
like an advert for his pro wheel, but they got Wrecking Ball to do it.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Sup, Mickey Papa, buy this shit. This shit's dope as fuck."
Yeah.
Because Mickey just couldn't.
That was one of the sickest edits that I've seen of Mickey personally. I was big fan of him, but like that one, fucking some street cred involved in that, you know? But yeah, no, after the switch Biggie, I did it within 10 tries.
It's not the kind of spot that you can take your time with, I guess, is it?
You can, like, I've skated that spot. So like after I did those 2 tricks, I like set a goal out for myself that I wanted to do 3. So I went back there like later on in the year, and I tried a trick for like 2.5 hours, and I didn't land it. It fucking just took me out for a while.
Yeah.
Hip was fucked, just everything, you know? And then just actually recently I went back and I got a 3rd trick on it. So I'm like the only person other than Chris Cole, 2-time Sodi, to get 3 tricks on it. But I don't want to spoil the trick, but it was switch. So all my tricks were switch.
You can tell us now, just bleep the whole thing out. Nice.
Yeah,
I'll
so
just bleep
like
the whole thing out.
Yeah, it was good. And like that one was also like within 10 tries. Yeah.
Bad
Fucking 10 takes me 10 tries to warm up.
I think I'd be scared walking down them switch.
Well, I would just go there and I'd ollie it,
Yeah.
get used to the ramp, and then I'd switch ollie it, or at least try a switch ollie. And then I'd kind of gauge my speed from there, just knowing how to drop in on it. And then that's when I start trying my trick, you know?
Just thinking of the impact, the speed you've got to go, and then it just, any trick that goes down there is insane. And then obviously Frank Guerra's 50 years old and he
fucking ollied it.
He ollied it, and it's like, Frank, you will die. Like, you're at the age now, Frank.
He's the legend.
You will die.
I literally chatted last week. He's such a cool fucking dude, man.
Yeah.
He, again, in Copenhagen, went down to this bar, and Guerra was just, like, right there.
Yeah.
And he's so, like, small and polite and kind of sheepish.
Big ass nose.
I just kind of, like, I literally just kind of, like, picked him up, and I was like, you come into the hostel room, and we're going to knock on the door. And he, like, knocked on the door, and obviously all of the boys just opened the door, and they were just like, the fuck is Frank Guerra doing here? And then for some reason, a mate's grandma, rest in peace, bless her soul, passed away. We forced him to buy a massive dildo in Copenhagen, and Guerra saw it, stuck to the window and got it off, and he was like hitting himself on the head.
Holy
and
shit.
He was just going, "I'm a dickhead," in like a British accent, and then just ran out.
That's
and everyone
amazing.
was like, Frank fucking Guerra.
Yeah, legend.
Like, the dude.
Yeah,
The
really
fucking
good dude.
Stop right there, Forde. Tell everybody who is the show sponsor today.
Today's show sponsor is Slappy Trucks. Slappy Trucks was invented by Mike Sinclair. He had a little look at his trucks during lockdown and thought, I might just have a way to make these better.
Slappy provides the best grind clearance, confirmed by Professor Schmidt, the quickest turn, less wheel bite, and no break-in time at all.
They also have a huge selection of sizes, including the new 13-inch bad boys. Not only that, they've got Arista True and the one and only Curb Killer on the team.
I'm currently rocking the new ultra-low inverted kingpin trucks, and they are super-duper fantastic.
Would you say you're enjoying them?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, very, very low kingpins.
If you want to check out the wide range of Slappy trucks, make sure you head to www.rollersnakes.co.uk and see what we have in stock.
Slappy trucks, skateboarding just got easier.
Did you come up with that tagline yourself?
Yeah, just now. Back to the show.
Back to the show. Back to the show.
Back to the show.
Now.
I have to have the final one. Back to the show.
Back to the show now. Really, the last one's kind of just nerdy for me anyway, because you've put out part back to back to back.
Yeah.
And they're all of an insanely high quality. The one that just went out for free, we spoke about that. That was insane.
Thank you.
So you're working on a part currently now for anyone in particular? Or you
Or
work,
is this the run up to the Skater of the Year stuff? Are you coming out with that, you know, the specially timed
or are you
edit?
working? Do you always work on a couple of parts at one time? Because what do the sponsors expect? You know, like
Well, sponsors just expect me to skate, I assume. I don't
Yeah.
really know. Like,
Well,
they're
they got
not
no
really
issue with that
worried
'cause you're
about
out
me. They're,
doing
yeah,
it.
they're not really worried about me and telling me like what I got to do.
because you put
Just
out
like
12 parts.
'cause
of
you're already
motherfucking
doing
year.
it.
They're
They
just
don't
like,
need to
go
'cause you're doing
do
it.
whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
You know. But for me personally, like what I've been working on, like I just had a Thrasher interview come out in the last October issue. Had a bunch of ads come out. Had a couple other parts that have already dropped this year, and I'm working on I think another 3 parts that'll drop hopefully by the end of the year.
Fucking hell.
So
Fucking insane, isn't it?
I got like pretty much almost my Mafia part done.
Yeah.
I got this S part that's done. It's about to drop like within the next couple weeks.
Amazing.
And then
You got your brain drain episode coming out in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah,
as well.
That's
we'll have
sick.
the tour video as well. I also have like a homies video that we're premiering. I don't know if you guys know him, but his name's Brett Sube. He's like a good homie of mine from LA, and he films VX. He's also like a pro skater too.
Yeah.
And he made a video of like me with Mike York.
Legend.
Yeah, Siwa Walker, Baca,
legend,
and
yeah.
then this other guy, JJ Rice.
Yeah.
So
Sounds
like
good.
it's a big
Good lineup.
homie video. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
super sick. And then that'll be dropping. I think the premieres in like October as well. And then yeah, I'm like trying to maybe drop a Thrasher part by the end of the year as well. But we'll see.
Jesus.
You know, with this injury too now, it's like gotten me to where I'm like, fuck, I need a little bit of time just to make sure that I can go out there and be proud of what I want to film as well.
Yeah.
So I'm just working towards getting healthier so I can make sure that I can just do that, because I was really grateful that Thrasher gave me that interview. Like I've never had one before. I've had a heads and I've had like lunatic fringes when I was young, but I never had like a full blown out interview that I was like really grateful for that.
In
you
the
know?
Bible as well.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just been super grateful and just trying to stay focused and just keep doing what I do, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you're doing all the right stuff. I mean, that is a fucking lot of content to come out in a year.
Yeah.
Like,
And the thing is with me, like we were talking about this earlier, I think it was even off camera, but like a lot of people film for like 3 years, you know, and then kind of disappear for a while. Like the shit that I've been dropping all year has been from this year. You know, like I don't stockpile footy, as you guys probably know from the parts that I drop every year. Like I don't hold on to shit. I think, well, not only get it out there, but I personally think of a theme, or I think of something that could attract and complement each other, and we try to just release that as is, you know? Like, yeah, I could dissect it and only use a couple tricks from each project and make one fucking extra crazy one, but like I like the biography of like being able to go down a list and see how hard I worked certain years and like what I did, instead of just like, oh yeah, he did one part, took him 3-4 years. Like, I don't know. It's something in the essence of like being like a musician and filming like an album or doing an album, you know, like they drop albums once a year, you know, whatever the case may be, that it's just like, that's how I like to film my video parts. It's like, I want to have an album, you know, and then later on I could have a huge discography of like, you know, where who knows where the digital goes nowadays, but like you can maybe get like a DVD, or you get like a little playlist of just like all these parts that I filmed within a few years, you know, just to really see, you know, like how it kind of goes.
Yeah, it's a serious body of work, isn't it? When you look back at it,
Yeah.
be like, that year did this, and this, and
Yeah.
I mean, fucking hell, that is being productive.
And just before we
Appreciate it.
sign off, how many parts do you think you've had so far?
In my whole career, I keep a count. I think I have almost like 25 to 30.
Fucking hell, it's insane, isn't it?
Yeah, I have a list of all my parts, and I have to update it from the last 2 that just dropped in the last month or so.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
feel free
1,
to
2, 3,
DM me
4,
that
5,
list. I'll
6,
put it in the
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27,
It's
28,
not stopping.
29. And that was,
And then you got how many more this year? 3?
that's
did you say?
29 from the Mafia promo vid.
Fuck.
So that's all this year as well that I got to add to it. So it's probably like another 2 or 3. Yeah, so it'll be about 35 by the end of the year, maybe.
35 video parts.
Projects /
yeah.
video parts, because like
It's fucking insane.
there's been certain things where I've done where like what's his name? Like, I don't know, for example, we'll do like a montage video, you know, and it's like I have like a minute and a half of footage or whatever. Like, I'll count that in this 30 parts, you know, because it's still a small little section of me, you know.
Yeah, I would if it were 30 seconds, to be honest with you. I gotta take anything I can get at my skill level. So,
well, don't sell yourself too short, dog. Come on.
But anyway.
Thanks,
Thank you
dude.
for coming on. And then
I hope the shoe does really well and you get some of that sweet royalty money rolling in.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And everyone that's listening, please.
And thanks for taking thanks for honestly opening up the account and supporting us and myself.
I
know you guys already carry us, but just thank you for, grabbing the shoe, man. I'm really stoked on it, and I hope that everyone that gets to try it enjoys it, because it's definitely worked hard to get this to where it is. Had a lot of testings for over a year to get this done, that I'm excited for the world to see it.
Well,
there you go.
Make sure you buy the shoe. If you get it, tag him in it, because this man, believe me, replies to every single DM that he gets sent, which not a lot of people do.
Nah.
So count yourself lucky. But I think on that note, some food's just turned up courtesy of Kev Parrott over there. So we're probably going to clock out right now.
Well,
Thanks, dude.
We got to do the giveaway though, right?
We'll do that separately.
Yeah, we'll
do the giveaway now.
You want to do it now?
Yeah. We're doing a giveaway, and it's this board. Let me get it.
He fucking knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. This is a man that's filmed 35 video parts.
Do you need to get this do it on mobile? Because you can use
we could take a photo after, but we could just keep
do the mobile version.
But
shall I film it from here?
Yeah, So it's going to be
what roller snakes wanted to do.
You tell TJ what he's got to say.
What roller snakes wanted to do for this special episode of having me on is they wanted to do a giveaway with my whole complete, where you got the Mafia tour board that there's less than 100 of these made, and what's so special about it is I'll sign it, but also circle the derby from where we're at in the city, on this world tour. And it also has my Bones wheels, also has my Pro bearing. I don't ride for them anymore, so I'm not going to say the name.
Oh, no, you don't.
But don't worry about it.
But it's okay. It still says my name. You're fine. And then I got the Pro wheels as well for Bones, and I got the classic Indy Raws, man, what I skate. So what size are these two, by the way?
That's an 825, so it's a 144.
Okay.
And
you want to know what's funny? I skate a 825, but I always skate 149s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I used to do as well.
I like the wider trucks and stability.
And, but all people have to do is tag 3 friends and comment on the video below, and UK only, and that's it.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. Hit up your tag friends.
3 friends. 3 friends.
3 friends.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get this.
That's it.
There you go.
But we could do another one, but I just was trying to get this one out of the way, at least for social.
Yeah, we'll do it on the phone as well. But on that note, everyone here would like to thank you for taking the time to come on here and being an inspiration.
Of course.
Thanks, dude.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for coming.
Skateboarder out there. Can we get a round of applause in the studio for Mr. TJ Rogers here? And make sure you buy the fucking shoe, goddammit.
Yeah. Support your local skate shop. Thank you so much for the support. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Ow.
There you go.
Tej is out. Not a mic drop, it's a shoe drop.